Hey there, everybody. This is Samsarah Morgan, Executive Director of Oakland Better Birth Foundation, Nia Healing Center for Birth and Family Life, Schiffer Circle Community Doulas, and Better Birth Association of Harlem. How you guys doing? Wanted to check in and see how families were bearing things out during these trying times. Hope you're taking good care of yourself. I am outside, sitting in the sun, a little bit of shade so you can see me. Too much sun, you couldn't see me at all. Just out getting some fresh air, sitting in the sun, getting some vitamin D. I hope that you all have the opportunity to do the same. How's life indoors with your young ones? Hope you're all taking nice deep breaths and practicing patience. I'm sure it's kind of gnarly at the moment. It's very stressful when we can't take young ones out and let them just run around, and their young ones missing their friends and missing their routine at school. So there's a lot of stress and anxiety going on. So I'm hoping we're all being very patient with each other and finding some time for fun. I see a lot of creative posts happening on Facebook, families doing projects together, and I take a great deal of heart in that. So hopefully there's more of that. We hope that everybody is safe. I was having strange thoughts today. I think, the isolation brings out strange thoughts. And the thought that I was having was I was remembering the movie War of the Worlds, the classic one, the one that was done in the 50s. And, it's based on a very popular book. But I'm remembering the interesting ending that the 1950s movies had that was very different from the one in the book. In the movie, the aliens have come and they're just laying waste to humanity. They're just eating everybody, destroying everything, and all the nations of the world are in crisis and screaming. There's a lot of unhappiness and death going on. And people, unlike the option we have during our current crisis, had the ability to gather in churches and gather in places of worship and be together. And basically, they were hunkered down, waiting for their last moments to come. And then it was realized that the aliens that were attacking everybody were not built to live on planet Earth. And so the bacteria and viruses that are common to us and we live with them fine, and we have a good relationship with our basic bacteria and viruses on the planet, were deadly to the aliens. And so the giant alien ships started falling all over the world, and the aliens were slowly dying, and humanity was saved. And there was a closing line in the film, which is, I'm wildly paraphrasing, but the closing line in the film was that it was the little things that had been given to us by God. That was the little things that ultimately ended up saving us. I'm reminded about that as we talk about the processes of sheltering in place. That these are little things that are being asked of us. Not the greater repercussions, but the basic things like washing your hands and maintaining a distance and staying at home and avoiding temporarily large groups. These are small things, but it's important to recognize the power of those small things and how those things can help us. These things are not killing the virus by any means, but they're slowing the spread of the virus, and they're helping things to move to a place that's manageable, so that hospitals are not overrun with sick people because everyone's infecting everybody. It's slowing the transmission of this particular virus, which is new to humanity, and giving us a chance to get used to it. For people to if people are exposed, they're exposed in little micro bits as opposed to big groups all at once. And those who need to seek medical attention don't overrun our hospitals with many people all sick at the same time, especially since our hospital system wasn't the best to begin with, no matter what some people would like to say about that. It wasn't the best and the strongest to begin with, and to overburden it would really be beyond problematic. So we're just sheltering in place and allowing this wave to have its crest and then hopefully decline. And then we'll be able to have peace of mind, at least to assess where we are at that point, and then rebuild our lives. My heart goes out to everybody who's affected financially at this time. Certainly is affecting me. And if there's any solace whatsoever that we can have during this time, is that our participation in this temporary slowdown of our lives has a net effect of being able to help us months in the future, and help certainly safeguard our elders and young people. Because although young people tend to be overall spared where this virus is concerned, they can carry it, they can end up infecting others, and people with pre-existing conditions need to be protected. So we're doing that, and for the most part I see people doing that. I wanted to put out for pregnant people, for pregnant mamas, I am going to be offering a Friday meditation moments. I'm going to start that next week through Oakland Better Birth Foundation's Facebook page. It's real important for those of us who have a baby inside of us to take quiet time. The stress that we're feeling, we can't help but feel stress. We can't put ourselves in a bubble and pretend that everything's well. It's actually not even mentally sound to do that. We get to be in the reality of the times we're living in, and we have to execute exquisite self-care so that we can restore ourselves and have time to communicate with the people inside of us. The little babies inside of us don't have a conscious understanding of what we're going through, but they're profoundly affected. So if we can take time, actually we need to take time each day to just relax our central nervous systems as much as we can, have communication with our little ones inside of us, and assure them that we are, as mommy, as parent, doing everything that we can do to keep them safe and that we love them. Our little ones can feel that, and they can respond to that. And our bodies feel that, and our bodies respond to that. So our inner children can relax and have a break and take a breather. We want to try to avoid being in an extended place of fight or flight. We want to be like the seasoned ninja warrior who's calm and serene in the face of drama. So we're going to practice that together starting next Friday at noon. So I'll send reminders out about that, and maybe I'll make a Facebook event. So whoever wants to join us can. You don't have to be a pregnant person or a pregnant mommy to join us if you just want a moment of peace. But no, we're going to do a lot of talking to, for, and about babies. So if you like that, it might be a nice about 15 minutes worth of respite for you as well. Please know that Oakland Better Birth Foundation is here. We are here to provide doula support and services. We will soon start to provide online childbirth education, with doulas being pretty much excluded from the hospital scene. It is very important that our community is very, very well prepared to birth in a hospital setting, to understand all the ins and outs of that. And as much as possible, I do still highly recommend that people seek out and work with doulas during this time, during their pregnancy. We want to have we want to keep the village together as much as possible. One of the beautiful things about doula support is that we help families have that village mentality, that community mentality around pregnancy, labor, and delivery. We are in league with our midwife sisters that birth is not an illness. Birth is a time of rejoicing and community celebration. And for a healthy birthing person, you need time, you need respect, you need care, food, water, maybe a nice warm shower or a soak in the nice warm bathtub. And people who believe that you can do this to help you when you have your despairing moment, which almost every laboring person has that moment in labor where they say to themselves, I don't know if I can do this. And you need people around you to say, yeah, you can do it. And in fact, you are doing it. And not run from some medical solution that then brings a cascade of potential circumstances for yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, and for your baby physically, mentally, spiritually. So wherever possible, physiological, unmedicated birth should be the goal. And I would like to help support folks who believe that. So please feel free to leave a message under this video if you'd like. Any questions or anything that's going on with your family that we can potentially support you through, please leave a message or contact me through a message here on the Oakland Better Birth Foundation's Facebook page. Please contact me if you are interested in working with a doula. If you want to be notified about childbirth ed classes coming up, breastfeeding classes coming up, please make sure you like Oakland Better Birth Foundation's page. That way you can be in the know and share information with other pregnant and birthing families. Know that I'm with you and you are all in my prayers. And our goal is for all babies, better births, for our babies here in Oakland and for our babies worldwide. Thanks for listening to me. I hope you get out and have a nice little walk today. And peace and blessings to you. May have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week, Friday.